What's going on, everybody? You're listening to the Eskandy Sports Podcast, the number one Canadian basketball podcast currently being recorded on my street. For sure, I am confident in that, bro.
Yes,
There's,
sir.
unless some of the neighbors are getting it hooked up right now, that should be a true statement, bro. The guest today is from Burlington, Ontario. He's in, he's actually second right now amongst Canadians playing internationally in scoring. Top 10 in assists, top 15 in steals. He's currently one of the main guys on his Israel team and has a great story. He's a Nigerian Canadian, currently on the Nigerian national team. Welcome, Caleb Agada. How do you feel, man? How's it going?
I feel good, bro. First off, I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to just talk and voice my story, my experiences. I hope your listeners can connect with me and understand what I'm saying, and if I could help them anyway along their journey, then I'd be more than happy to. So I hope this can help them.
Dude, I'm really confident this can help them. You're a guy that grew up in the area who's doing it. So how about you just tell us a little bit about yourself right now and what's going on?
What's going on with me right now? I'm here in the first division Israel, the Winners League. It's been a couple months now, so we was doing good. We 5-5, 5-5 right now, yeah. But I've been injured the last 5 games, so we've kind of been on the downturn because of that. I tore my hamstring, so I've been out for about 6 weeks now, and we 1-4. We 1-4 the last 6 weeks, so we was.
They need you, man. They need you.
Yeah, but I'm getting healthy. I love my teammates. I appreciate the coaching staff and the organization, and I'm happy to be here. I've been working every day to get back, and when I'm back, everything will go back to the way it's supposed to be. So, just here in Israel, chilling, trying to play amidst this COVID situation, which is hard on everybody. And
sure.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm on right now. It's just not much, just hooping and enjoying life.
How do you pronounce the team that you're currently playing for? Because I wrestled with it for about a couple days and I can't get it.
And I'm not even gonna cap. Like, I probably don't know how to say it either. To be honest, it's Hapoel Beersheva. I don't know. To be honest, like, it depends on who you talk to, but I just say Hapoel Beersheva, and that's how I rock.
It's probably right.
Yeah.
Bro.
Well, hopefully, and if it's not, then it don't matter.
It's all good. Were you aware of those stats I threw out in the beginning?
No idea. No idea.
Yeah, you're like half a point behind Andrew Nicholson right now for Canadians playing internationally in points. Top 10 assists, top 15 steals. You feeling comfortable over there right now? How's that?
I feel good, to be honest. It's been a long time coming. I had a crazy situation with like agents and teams and everything. So I really felt that like I never really had my opportunity to showcase myself fully. And I feel like I got that opportunity this year, and I'm thankful for it and hopeful to continue moving forward. And we'll see what happens, to be honest.
We're going to dive into your pro career in a little bit. I like kind of going on a timeline, but we're going to really begin right now with the shirt you got on, your national ball career.
Yeah.
Lots of, actually, fun fact, there's more Nigerian descent players in the NBA right now than Canadians. 19 to 17 is a little bit of a lead there. What has Nigerian basketball meant to you?
So I was basically born in Nigeria, lived there until I was 6 and came to Canada. I have all my family's there except for me, my mom, and my sister, and like maybe a couple of close relatives. But that's home to me, Every time I go home, I have such a connection to Nigeria. I have such a connection to the people there, and it's been tough for me going back as a kid, just because my mom was always trying to keep us like focused on school and limit distractions. So for me, I've got the chance to go back through basketball, which is one of the most amazing things, and I'm so grateful to be able to go back there because of basketball, and because that's what I wanted to do as soon as I was finished university. I wanted to go back and kind of connect with like the people back there. But basketball gave me the opportunity, and I've been able to. and to be able to represent them and play for them, wear the jerseys, have my cousins and my actual families come to the game and stuff is a feeling that I can't really explain. And I'm just so humble and thankful that basketball kind of took me to that place.
Yeah, man. I read something that you did a small Team Canada stint. I think it was one of the university run teams. But it doesn't sound like you really had to wrestle with yourself on what team you wanted to represent when it came down to it.
No, when I went to, I think it was 2016. It was like the university games, so like they just select the best players in Canada, like in CIS at the time, which is Usports now. They selected us, and we just went to represent Canada. It was an amazing experience too. We was in South Korea. We was in South Korea. So I got the chance to go with one of my teammates, Johnny Braham Maskel, who's an Ottawa guy. So that was super dope. But it was an amazing experience, kind of like the Olympics, to be honest. There was just so many different sports, so many different young athletes, and it was an amazing time. So I'm definitely thankful that I was selected to play for that. And then never really got the call for Team Canada after that. I don't want to say it's positive. I really don't think I was good enough, to be honest, but I just kept working. And then when I started making some noise in my first professional season, Team Nigeria kind of just gave me the opportunity to come and showcase myself, and I did, and they liked me, and I've been getting invites back ever since. So I'm happy.
It seems that it worked out for the best. On the Nigerian team right now, some of the notable ones are, guys like Festive Azili, who's a champion, Josh Okogie, Akipi Udo, Metu on the Spurs. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing these names.
No, you're good, yeah.
And also Ben Uzo, who's a guy you got to play with in the qualifiers, if I remember correctly. Have you really been able to kind of pick these guys' brains at all through the Nigerian basketball system?
Because there's like how it works is there's international competition. So we'll go with the Afro Basket, which is the African Cup, and then there'll be European competition, which will be like FIBA qualifiers, World Cup, blah blah blah. For most part, because we're very deep in our rosters and how the amount, we have 17 guys of Nigerian descent in the league, as you said earlier. So that's just the guys in the NBA. There's guys all over Europe, all over the world, still playing professional. So it's very, very competitive, and it's very strategic how they choose to kind of distribute who plays who and when they play. So most of the top guys, most of the NBA guys, will be playing in like the World Cup. You know what I'm saying? And then for the Afro baskets, will be most of the top European guys who have time and want to be part, and they'll be playing in the Afro basket. So for the most part, I've only got to play with the Afro basket guys. I've played with some high level NBA guys. So one of those guys is Ben Uzo, who you mentioned. That's the only guy I'm pretty sure I've played with. I played with Ike, what's his name? Ike Diagu. He was actually drafted 9th overall by Golden State, maybe in 2006. I'm not sure. So I picked his brain a little bit. And it's cool, man. These guys are amazing people. Like, they're really role models to me, and how they've acted throughout their whole careers is something I really look up to and something I strive to be like. They're very professional, very good with their situations, with their money, with how they uphold themselves. So they're just professionals. That's the best way to, you know what I'm saying? They're just professional.
Yeah, for sure.
And we have that conversation about how to be professional, and then that's basically what I've gotten from them.
So even though you're on the Afro team and then they're on the more of like the World Cup teams and stuff, there is some sort of overarching networking that you guys do where you guys kind of help each other out, or
exactly. Like, we all in some giant Instagram group right now, and like we be talking, making jokes. Like, it's really like a family for real. And like when one guy signs to a different country, we all like will go say what's up, like congratulate him when another guy signs, And then like when I was coming to Israel, I actually hit up a guy I knew on the Nigerian national team who played not in this team, but a different team, who played with the same GM that I have. And he was like, do you got a guy? He's like, yeah, I got my guy, Caleb. He's in second division Spain doing this thing. Like, maybe you're interested. And that's basically how I got the job here. So the networking is big, and I'm so thankful to be a part of it.
That's dope. I'm really happy that the networking has gotten so big, and that people can connect. So you were on the team that qualified to get to the World Cup. I believe in
Yeah.
2019. Any
Yeah.
big games in that experience that you remember, or how was that? Just being a part of that.
Um, I, I was in the qualifiers up until because we had a big roster, and I was in the qualifiers up until I think the final stages, and then they just dwindled down the team. I didn't make it past that.
Right.
But so we just played like some exhibition games. I was in the Dominican Republic with them and throughout America, and then I had got cut when we went to Canada, which was kind of tough, but at the same time, it is what it is. So when I saw them playing in Canada, I obviously wanted to play, but again, like it happened for a reason. Like I'm so thankful that I was a part of it, and it only inspired me to work harder and maybe continue to strive to increase my ranks
So
with the national team.
So it sounds like there's no kind of like ill will when there's a team that kind of gets you to a certain spot, and then they kind of be like, okay, but there's a good understanding there.
Yeah, for sure. And like I know my game. I know who I am. I wasn't really in the best shape. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was the summertime, off season. I just come home from like a very difficult second year. Was it? Yeah, a very difficult second year. I had a lot of issues with my age. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, so I wasn't really locked into showcasing the best that I could be. So not to take that away from any other player, because those guys is really, really good. I'm not trying to say anything at all. I'm just saying that I wasn't able to be who I am right now back then. And for whatever reason, it is what it is. I'm happy for every guy who made it on the team. Those are my brothers for real. So yeah.
That's dope. And I think that team's going to continue to grow. You guys seem to be having a pretty good pipe work right now.
Sure. Yeah.
So let's go back to Canada and let's talk about high school hoops. What do you remember from your Assumption team?
I remember we was so trash. Hey, I remember we wasn't even trash. No, I take that back. We wasn't so trash. We had so much heart. Like, we just had so much stacked against us. I remember like we have guys leaving the school and coming back. Like it was just a lot, man. And I had a great time. I know I still have memories with like some of the guys who I played with. I'll have love for them like forever. But compared to like my whole basketball journey, I think high school was obviously the smallest. You know, like university went crazy. As a pro now, it's super like crazy. Like, but high school was dope. I enjoyed myself. We didn't really win nothing. Like, never went to Ottawa, never anything crazy. I was you good? You can grab that. Not my name tag.
Today's guest is Caleb Agada, episode 3. It looks like my tag fell off too. You know what?
We're just
gonna lower that.
Let's just.
You know what it is.
Everybody knows
it's good shot. All right.
Let's keep talking. But so like high school was cool. We never really won nothing, but I had a great time just playing with the guys. And then, but rep was amazing. I played Burlington Skyhawks for 2 years. In grade 11 and grade 10, so which is 2010, 2011, I'm pretty sure. And then grade 12, 2012 is when I switched to Blessed Sacrament. And those guys was just amazing. The coaches I had with Blessed Sacrament was just amazing. I had so much fun. And even with the Skyhawks, the guys that I knew out there, like my boy Zach Rose, that's my brother for life. Like we had that was an amazing experience. And he played in high school with me too. But like the whole Skyhawks situation was just a little bit different. And like I had met guys from all over Burlington, all over like kind of, I don't know, was that Western Ontario, Northern Ontario? I'm not even sure, but whatever that area we're in.
South. Yeah.
South, we're south, right? That's Southern Ontario. Like I met so many different people and was able to play with them and connect with them. And then playing rep ball was also super exciting, playing against top competition from all over Ontario. So I had a great time playing rep basketball. I don't know, is this still called rep, like, or is it prep league? Like, do you know anything? Like, what's going on?
Dude, it's all over the place. There's rep basketball. There's like the OBLX league that's like bigger than Ontario. It's all over the place. It's kind of scrambling, but I mean, it's good ball. But like, I ask you that because, like you said, the Assumption team wasn't too crazy, but you still got to where you're going. It's not the end of the world in high school.
Yeah, for sure, it's not the end of the world, and that's what I try to tell kids. Is like you don't need to go D1. You don't need to go JUCO. You just need to go out and hoop. That's it. Hoop, and opportunity will find you. It's not even basketball. It's about life. Like if you go out and work, you're something's gonna come up, and then what you make of it decides what you make of it for real. So if something pops up and it's time for you to go get it, and you like it has something to do with your dream, and you put all of it in. I'm an optimist, and I believe that like you can will things in if you work hard and put the energy into it. So I believe it's gonna happen. But also, if it doesn't happen, I also believe it unlocks kind of a different door into a different avenue of something you can pick up on, because the skills you learn from being positive or working hard and believing in yourself are things that could be easily applied to every different avenue in life. So just go hard for real. Just go hard. That's it. No matter if you're in college, if you don't even go to college, everything it's been done by somebody. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be the first one to do it. So which means it's possible. So just go do it, like, and believe in yourself. That's all it takes.
You're not a prep guy either, right? You didn't play prep.
I'm straight from the mud, guy. Like high school and prep, or high school and rep. That was it. No AAU, no nothing in the States. Like no, absolutely nothing. Like my mom didn't even want me to play basketball in university type. Like so, I'm really like I really had like to get this from the mud for real. Like like my mom, it was just me, my mom, my sister, and me, Kyle, and Chris. Like if you've seen how hard we was working for real, like I had no other option but to make it though, because like it was every day. And even like one of my close friends, Kyle, like he was able to turn that work ethic into his own, you know what I'm saying? And now he's doing his own thing, and he's so successful in it. Such a smart, hardworking guy. But it's like I'm not even shocked or surprised, because like when we was kids, all we wanted to do was hoop, and we would do absolutely everything to get there. So I mean, if Kyle was 6'4" and a little bit more athletic, I think he'd be hooping with me too. But sometimes that's just the way it goes for real. That's just the way it goes.
Shout out Kyle and Chris Roderman. I don't agree with the 6'4" point. He can't shoot anymore. It's over for him.
Hey, Kyle was knocking him down back in the day. I can't let the disrespect. I can't let you diss my boy Kyle. Kyle had a strap.
I'm saved. I'm saved on his phone as no finish. I'm saved on his phone as no finish, bro.
Come to the court in the complex. And Kyle's a different breed. I'm trying to tell you.
2021 Kyle. Nah.
But shout out Kyle, man. My brother, I love that guy.
How about you said a little bit earlier that your mom didn't even want you to play in university. What was that conversation, man? How'd that happen? How'd you get there?
It didn't even start in like university for real. It started in like elementary school. There was not one team I played on that I didn't get kicked off, like because of for grades, for trouble. Like she was not having nothing. I remember one time, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so we couldn't really afford like all the nice basketball stuff, like, you know. I remember my mom grinded to get me on this elementary school team, and then I had it was a high school, it was my grade 9 year. She had to pay for like me to play basketball, and I know like it was hard for her to get that bread. So I remember and that was my trashiest season. You know what I'm saying? I had like a really bad, like I wasn't even that good at basketball yet, but like I was just like, yo, I'm working way too hard. I'm getting kicked out of teams, and I'm not even really hooping for real. So I was just like, honestly, like my mom never gonna have to pay for me to play basketball. I'm gonna be so good that like these people are just gonna pay for me to play. And that's what I put in my head. Like from that day, my mom didn't spend a dime on basketball for like, not for shoes, not for anything. Like,
what was the moment where you had that thought? What was there like a certain game or practice, or just just chilling, or you're just like, man, from here on out, it's no more. Like she's not paying for.
Yeah, it was literally like I remember she walked in the gym with like a check because like she had just come back from work or school or something like that, and she had just like handed me the check, and like I gave the check, and I remember I was just like. Gave after the season type, and I'm like, bro, I was not hooping this season. Like I was just trash, like just trash, like end of the bench type, like. And I'm like, man, like, but the thing is, at home, I'm working so hard, like I'm really working for this stuff. So I'm like, how am I like trash? Like, how am I really not good at this if I'm really working and I have this like motivation behind me? So from that moment, I was like, yo, it's over with. Like I got to start hooping for real. And then after that, like I remember grade 10, like. We actually almost won our first Halton championship in grade 10. I led the team. Right. I was just going crazy. Grade 11 came, still going crazy. Got a little bit taller. Then I started scoring 30s then. And then grade 12 came. And then grade 11, I actually started picking up offers from universities in Canada. I remember my mom, she did not even want that. She's like, you going to McMaster to go study, be a doctor? Like, that's it. Like, don't bring no coaches here. Tell them to stop calling the house. But the thing is, I kept hooping so much that more and more kept calling. Like, I remember Brock, Ottawa, Carleton, like Vancouver, like all these like Canadian schools were just calling me. And it's just like, at the time, like I didn't even have time to celebrate for real because I'm still trying to convince her, like, let me go play. So like, I'm not even really concerned about who's recruiting me. You know, I'm like, can you let me go play? Like, can you let me go on this recruitment trip? And she'd be like, no. I remember I had to turn down recruit trips. I was like, Mom, I need to go to Ottawa. She's like, no, you're not going. I'm like, please, like, if you do well on this test. So I go do the test, get an A. All right, you can go. But those A's wasn't too often though. So like, I had to like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it really was just like, it was tough. And then, so like, but she came around though throughout university, like, cause it was the same thing. I remember my first year, like, I was just like, man, like, I can't give up now. Like, cause I wasn't playing like that in my first year. I remember in like the last game of the last, like in nationals at the University of Ottawa. That was like when I first came out and started playing like basketball again for real. Cause like I was still a rookie. I was still scared. But I don't really know what got into me. I was just like, I really just don't want to end up like this. I kind of just got into a nice little rhythm and I was like, let me just keep going from here. And then that's kind of what built my my university career. But yeah, so like in high school, that's basically what kind of changed my mentality was I was just motivated. I was like, I don't want my mom to pay for me playing basketball no more. Like for real.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, it seems like I don't want to call it that she put pressure on you, but it's kind of like when there's
pressure.
It was pressure. You want to call it pressure? Okay, so
it was pressure.
But yeah, I mean, it sounds like you reacted like super positive to it, and maybe without that pressure, you don't get here. You know, in a weird way.
Sure. Like, yeah, no, 100%. Like knowing that, because that was the first was like, if I can't like if my mom has to continue paying for me, like. No, it's like we can't afford, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we can't, like we really can't. Like I can't look my mom in my face and be like, Mom, give me another 200 to play like rep basketball and then high school. But like I can't. I have my paper route and stuff. I was making a little bit of bread on the side, but like, you know, like I just couldn't. Like I just couldn't for real. Like just like you just not like that's it. Like I literally just could not do that. So and then on top of that, it's like if I didn't hoop for real, like every game I played was like, cause like if I messed up anything, and I'm saying anything, if I messed up anything, my mom's calling the coach. He's not coming to practice today. He's not playing to like she was everything. So it's like every game I played, I'm like playing like my last. So I'm playing like really like I'm really stressed about it. And I'm like, yo, I gotta go out like this is my last for real. Like so I'm just playing like that's really what I was like. I remember like playing rep basketball, like depressed, like man, this is my last game for real. Like high school basketball, like man, this is my last game for real. And like that's really what happened. Like I promise you, that was what's in my head. So like when you say pressure, like it was like pressure, but like when it keeps coming over and you learn to deal with it. And that's what happened to me. Like I learned to deal with it. And throughout my career, like I've really like gone crazy in like some high pressure situations. Like I remember when I was playing in Malia, I had a terrible last season in my second season. And then like I was averaging like maybe 12, 13. I was actually halfway through the season and it was like
still pretty good.
I was averaging I was averaging like I think it was like maybe like just over like 10, maybe like 9.9 games. And like I had just been averaging 15 in the season before. And like they signed me to a nice little contract. I was finally getting good money, like, you know what I'm saying? And like they signed me with all these expectations, you know? And like I was just playing trash. Like I was just playing garbage, like shooting like 20% from three, shooting like 40% from two, like 60% from the free, like just like horrible. And then I remember like it was halfway through the season. And then we was playing one of my boys who went to University of Ottawa with me was playing against him. And I was just like, man, like I gotta stop this. Like, cause if I can't stop this, like, and there's another thing with my mom. My mom was like, yo, you're not going out there to make little money and like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, if I can't turn this around, like it's over for me. Like I'm going back home. I gotta go find like a 9 to 5. So I'm like, yo, I can't do that. So I started turning up, you know, started improving. And I was by the end of the season, so in the second half, I was able to bump myself up to like 13 points a game, which is like from like 9 and 10 like to 13. That's like I'm averaging 16. You know, I'm really getting in my bag a bit. And the top scorer in the league was averaging like 16 a game. So like for that second half, I was really the top scorer in the league. So like that's what happened. Like I turned around, and then it was playoff time. And like when I tell you, like it was just like pressure. Like everybody's like, yo, because we was shaking the season all season. Like we didn't know what was going on. We was playing like against a third. We was either 4 or 5 or 5 and 4. I think we was the lower seed. So the first game, I had my best game all season. The first game I had like 20-something, 27-7. I don't know, but like we lost, you know. And I'm like, dang. And like we was a higher seed actually because we lost our first game at home, and then we lost the first game at home. So now it's like first to 3, best of 5 type thing. So we're down 1 going into the second game. So it's like if we lose the second game, it's already over with. You know what I'm saying? And I just had my best game of the season. So it's like there's no doubt. Like I don't think I'm about to have this next. Like I'm like, you know what I'm saying? This is my best game of the season, and we still lost. So in my head, I'm just like, damn. I'm just like, this might be over. But I'm just like, let's just go out. So we go out. I go crazy again. Have another amazing game. I've had like 20-something, 20-something, 7 and something. Like just crazy. We win the game. Everything's good. And then we go to their house. You know, over. We play away, and we play the third. I played the worst game. Like I don't even want to say all season, but like in a long ass time, I had 5 points. They win. So they playing game number 3 or game number 4 of a best of 5 series, up 2-1 at home.
Yeah. So
I'm just like, man, it's over. Like this is going crazy. So we get to the game. I start doing nonsense. I'm not missing for real. Like I finished with like 27-14 for real. Like just dominating, just going in like a closeout game. So like all this pressure situation is just wild to me. Like the fact that like even if like I don't even realize it, just because of the so much pressure I had been like accustomed to throughout the years, like it really created like. And it's even the same thing. I remember we came here for the COVID situation because Israel had rebooted while everybody else was stopped. So like they, as soon as COVID started, they shut everything down.
Right.
Like on site up until the point they could finish the season. So then that's how I got a call to come play in Israel. And it was like they called me saying, yo, we just need somebody to fill in the gap type of thing. You know, like we just need somebody to come in and just do and help us not, because how it is, if you're the bottom 1 team, you go down in to the second division, and the second division top 2 teams will come up. So as that's called regulation. So teams are trying to get you know what I'm saying? Relegated, sorry.
Relegation.
So teams aren't trying to get relegated. So that's the team they brought me. They're like, yo, we're not trying to get regulated for real. And like I know who I am, kind of thing. I have confidence. I'm like, bro, like I don't really have losing seasons, you know, like I don't really like lose like that for real. And not even like trying to like big myself up, but it's just something that like even Ottawa U, like even high school, we had like a winning record. We just didn't accomplish nothing. Rep, we had a winning record, just didn't really accomplish. Best of Sacrament, like had a winning record, like, but like, you know, never won I've never really won the championship for real. So I'm still grinding for that, you know? But like, I have just been so like accustomed to winning that like, I didn't really have a fear coming into it. And I knew there was pressure, but I was just like, you know, like whatever at this point. So basically, I think on the season, they had 6 wins and like 6 and maybe 15, 6 and 17, 18 before the league. It was like the second worst team in the league. And then when we came, like I came and like my teammates came, we went like 5 and 3, and we was only 1 game out of playoffs. You know, like literally, like just 1 layup out of playoffs for real. Like so, it was like they was just like, whoa, what's going? And they like, bro, like they hit me like right before I was leaving, like they hit me up, like the owner, like the coach, the GM, they like invited me over and they like sat me down for real, and they were just like we love you, like we want you to come back, like by any means. And I was just like, I'm back. Like if you let me go the way you've been letting me go, I'm coming back for real. And then I came back for real. Like first time I have like everybody has complete confidence in me. Like I'm super comfortable, super happy. And then you see the results, like they speak for themselves for real. So I know, I kind of went on a tangent there. My bad, bro.
Dude. That's what people want to hear. That's what I want to hear. That's what like.
Oh, okay.
That's blessed, dude. When you're talking about pressure, though, Does pressure in basketball make you enjoy the game more or less? Because I've seen both personalities. When there's something at
Yeah.
stake, every shot means more, right? So that I mean, you get a higher high and a lower low, but like some people
Yeah.
prefer that. How did you cope with pressure? Was it stressful or was it kind of like were you thriving with it?
Right now in my life is the best I'm dealing with pressure by far, and
Right.
I feel like that's another big reason why I'm seeing so much success, because like pressure is gonna happen whether you like
Hmm.
it or not. You're always gonna find yourself in pressure. You will either succeed or fail. When you succeed, you're happy until you fail. When
Right.
you fail, you're sad until you succeed. I would
Hmm.
rather be sad until I succeed for real, to be honest, because that
Hmm.
means there's something I can continue to chase, continue to get better at. You know,
Right.
you move up with failure. Success doesn't really bring anything but like the things of success. And if you really think about the things of success, it's just like you're over emotional, you're too happy, you know what I'm saying? So you're
Right.
not gonna be making like rash decisions because you're gonna make decisions on happiness in the moment. Now,
Right.
a lot of the people who are there for your success aren't there for your failure, which means they're fake in some sense, and they
Hmm.
won't be there through your ups and downs. And so it's like you really surround yourself to feel like this whole thing, and like you have your accomplishment and stuff, and congratulations, you do, but you don't feel like you can grow when you get that accomplishment. When you
Right.
fail, it's just like everything opens up. You see who really messes with you. You see how good or bad you are at basketball, and you have that feeling to not want to be in that state of failure, so you're automatically motivated. So like that's how I started to think about pressure. And I don't even call it pressure. I just talk about like success and
Right.
failure and the concept of that. And it's I'm cool with like I've failed in so many pressure situations also, but like I've gone on to succeed in them too. And I know that like the failure in that pressured situation is what led to the accomplishments in another pressured situation. And the fact that I understood that and became okay with that in some type of sense to say, I'm in a high pressure situation, but I'm cool with losing. I'm cool with failing because there's another one going to come. And maybe I need to learn something from this to dominate that next pressure situation. So that's how I really go into every like high pressure. I'm like, I'm cool with whatever happens for real. Like, I'm not really afraid to fail.
I think there's a really cool moment where kind of captures just that. It's your first year at Ottawa, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a McGill game,
Yeah.
and I read something. It was called the game where you went from DNP to MVP. Do you know what game I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was that was nationals like I was talking about
Yeah.
earlier. Like I was just like, sure, I'm just like, and at the sense like I didn't even think like this, but like I had that feeling like,
Hmm.
you know, F it. I'm gonna go out here anyways. Like it's here I'm gonna fail or succeed. And I'm like, I don't really care what happens. And then what happened was I ended up like it literally was just like my launching pad. Cause after that, I never came. After that game, I never came back.
It really did change for you there. That was that year you lost to Carleton by 1 point
By one
in the
point, yeah.
game, but the year after that, you guys had a good year against Carleton. There was a 1 point
Uh
win against Carleton.
oh yeah, that was no. So that first year we lost to Lakehead in the semifinals,
Right.
and we was out. And then after that we lost, and then after that we won OUAs, which is just the
Hmm.
Ontario Championship, to Carleton, and then we lost to Carleton in nationals, the national championship. So that was again like that. Like for me, like I was just like a young kid. Like I was probably about 20 at the time,
Hmm.
still learning so much about myself. Like I thought I understood a lot, but like looking back, like in retrospect, like I really did not know anything about I was just a young kid, just like happy to just be playing basketball for real. So it was an amazing moment. It's something that I hope a lot of people get to experience. Like that type of unity, that like uh, um, continuity with like a group of guys, and you guys go all the way to the end. And even if you win or you don't win, like you guys have like lifelong like relationships and friendships and bonds and connections that is really are the championships. You know what I'm saying? That's really worth
Right.
it because I remember the OUA championship. Amazing. I loved it. But like I remember my boy Mo and my boy Ryan, and like
Yeah.
I love those guys to death. So it's like honestly, I just hope guys get to experience that for real.
So would you beat Carleton by 1 point? It was the first time they lost to a Canadian team in I think almost 50 games. Was
Yeah,
that
something like that.
but you also said it was in the finals, right? So was that even on the
Yeah,
mind, or was it just like, yo, let's just get this chip?
it was a crazy year because we was led
Yeah.
by my boy Terry Thomas was there.
Hmm.
Shout out Terry Thomas. Johnny Berhane was there.
Yep.
Gav going to debut. Like Mike Laffick and everybody. Like everybody was on that team. So we had really good chemistry. You know what I'm saying? We had a really really
Hmm.
good chemistry, and we just knew how to play together. And like we knew we were in for a special year. Just
Hmm.
because of how crazy the year. I'm not gonna go on how crazy the year was because like we can't be doing that. But it was
Right.
just a crazy year, and we had nothing else to do but just shock people. So that's what we went out and did, and it was just an amazing experience.
Um, Actually, someone we talked about earlier, Kyle Rodderman, he asked me to ask you
Yeah,
about what's it like playing at a Capital Hoops game.
bro. Capital Hoops is basically like an NBA game for real. Like it's just a bunch of people. A lot of them, most of them are just drunk
Can you,
university
well,
students, but like
quick before you start, can you set the table up a little bit? Like, what is the Capital Hoops game,
oh, okay,
and
okay.
then go into it like
So
that?
so Capital Hoops is everybody understand the concept of rivalry games. Like if there's a
Hmm.
rivalry, there's one entity versus the other entity. If it's a school, if it's a team, if it's whatever, it's
Right.
just this guy versus that guy. So us, it was Ottawa U versus Carleton, two universities in the same city
Hmm.
claiming to be more dominant than the other. So the rivalry's already been
Right.
there. And Carlton's just been smacking everybody, smacking us. Like so, like it's not even really more of a rivalry. It's just like, but it is a
Yeah.
rivalry because we have fans who don't know nothing about basketball. They have fans who don't know nothing about basketball. All they know is rivalry. Pull up, pack the whole arena, and we gonna watch our teams play basketball for what is like for notoriety, for
Right.
whatever you're looking for. Like so that's it. And it would pack up. I don't even want to say. I want to say somewhere between 5 to 15K. I know that's a large
Yeah.
margin, but I don't
It all
really
looks the same
remember.
after a while.
It all looked the same. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, but it was packed in there, and there was a lot of
Hmm.
people. Again, I never really played at those games, so it happened once a year.
Hmm.
Um, so I wouldn't really play well. It was I don't know. I just don't know why. I never really played well at those games. It was just
Right.
it was just weird for real. It was really really weird. But like I remember like in my professionals, like I remember when I was playing that game I had said when I had 27 and 13, 14 or something. Like it was literally the exact same atmosphere. Like literally
Right.
like not as big of a stadium, but like packed. Like
Right.
everybody's like there's no empty seats anywhere, and they all like are all just against us. So that's something I use because I actually think about that sometimes, like as my
Hmm.
growth as a player, how I couldn't really like move towards playing like that, playing the way I wanted to in like capital hoops and like super packed, not big games, but just packed games.
Yeah.
Like I don't really think I was very good at that. But like now in my career, like I've just gone to just be able to really just play under any circumstance despite the magnitude of the crowd or whatever. I just go and play basketball for real now. So
You Ottawa's team name is the Gee Gees, right?
yeah, yeah.
How, if
Um,
I gave you the petition to change you Ottawa's name, but like I covered up the new name, are you still gonna sign it?
yeah. Now, one thing about me, I
You mess with
ride to
it?
the end.
You mess with
I
it.
don't even really care about it, but like it's just who I was for 5 years, so I'm not really trying to let anything else go. Like I'm a GG, I can't be nothing else, and my people can't be nothing else. So we just gotta slide to the end for the GGs for real.
My cousin was telling me what it meant because
Yeah,
what Gigi's like. I know Gigi's in the chat. I don't know what a Gigi is, bro.
yeah, like
It's the first it's the first horse out of the gates. It's not the winner,
yeah.
but it's the first
Nah,
one
it's
out.
just so corny. Like just some
Right.
corny. Like I really don't even
Right.
really mess with it. It's like it's corny. You know what I'm saying? It's not that nice. But
But
like
you're
I
not going
said,
to sign the petition.
nah, I can't knock it no more. I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm in it already. So like I
All
can't
right.
knock it.
Worth a shot. Worth the shot. So you kind of talked about the experience playing at the Capitol Hoops game and how that had its own vibe. But post university, you got to play in a lot of places. I think you
Yeah,
had two different teams in Spain, if I'm correct, and
yeah.
now Israel. What's the like kind of coolest basketball culture you've experienced so far in your journey?
Probably Israel, for
Yeah.
real. Like, yeah, especially with this team I'm playing for, I just like first off, mostly everybody speaks English out here. It's not like that in a lot of places. Like when I was in Spain, the small city I was in. First off, I was in this city called El Prat, which was right beside Barcelona.
Right.
It's basically like it's the same dynamic as Toronto and Mississauga. You know, like literally like right beside Toronto, basically considered part of Toronto, and you could get into Toronto several different methods of transportation, whether it be driving, train, bus, whatever. You could just get in there with ease. So that was basically where I was basically living in Barcelona in like a subsidy, basically. So nobody spoke English in the subsidy, but it was better than being in Melilla, which was Melilla was. So I was in El Prat my first year, which is a subsidy of Barcelona, and then I was in Melilla, which is a Spanish city in Morocco. So like at the very northmost of Africa, which is Morocco, there is Melilla, and Spain, I believe, had colonized Morocco, and when Morocco had gained its independence, Spain decided to keep the northmost part of Morocco and call it Melilla, a Spanish city that operates the same way as Spain, but it's just an autonomous city in Morocco. So, but the thing is, it's a tiny city. Like you could walk from one end to the other in like 2.5 hours, and it's like ain't nothing to do out there. And nobody speaks English, and it was just super. And I was there for 2 years, so it was just super difficult for me, you know. The club and everything was okay. Like the GM still owes me money. I'm not gonna sleep. That's the only thing I hold against the team. The GM still owes me a lot of money. So but it's all good. Everything comes around. Like it's part of the business for real. So I'm thankful for the time I spent there. It was a big growing process, a big understanding that that hard times, like when you overcome hard times, you're gonna be rewarded for real. Because that's what like Israel and Beersheba is really just a reward for everything I've been through the last two years in Melilla. But here like they didn't speak no English out there. They didn't really like the culture was very, very different, and it was just very difficult for me. Like most of my teammates, a lot of them didn't speak English. Some of them did, but like the ones who did, I wasn't even super close. I was close with some of them. Like I'm not gonna say I wasn't close with some of them, but like it was just a lot. There was some who I couldn't even understand for real. Like I don't even know what you're saying. Like you know, but here it's nothing like that. Like here everybody speaks English. Everybody's open. Everybody's cool. And this club is very like family oriented. So like for instance, one thing they'll do is if it's anybody's birthday, we all have to come in and like have a little snack, a couple drinks, and just say happy birthday, which is like some family dynamic. And I really love and appreciate stuff like that because like I love being included. I come from a very strong family background, so the fact that I see that here is like it's amazing. And a lot of teams do it throughout Israel. A lot of teams are very family oriented and really go out of their way to make the players feel appreciated and comfortable. So that's why I like it here. And again, like
for real. Like so in that kind of family type environment, how does that kind of affect the business side of basketball? Like if you have like maybe a bad game and stuff like that, or it's just get crazy and you maybe it's time to move on for some people. Does that make it harder, or is there kind of like
it's just life, like any other job. You're here to do your job. If you can't do your job, they're gonna get rid of you, period. Whether it's family, whether it's not. Like some places have family, but the expectation is do your job. Some players do or do not have family. It's the exact same expectation. So for me, again, like I don't really buy into the pressure or any of that stuff. Like I haven't been kicked. I haven't been cut off a team. I haven't like had maybe not one stint in my second year when I was in Melilla, and I told you that I was just playing like trash. I kind of felt like they would get rid of me if I didn't really start like hooping. Right. But for the most part, like I've never been in any type of fear of like being cut or being released or anything. I've always showed up, worked my butt off, treated everybody with respect, and got the same respect back, and just was able to move forward from there. I'm gonna just get some water though. I'm getting thirsty.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Oh, my boy got the protein.
We're on that
protein shake.
We're on that Nutrisystem diet right now.
Oh my God, you are dedicated. I respect the dedication. Even on the podcast, I love to see it.
Bro, it's pretty shit. Yeah, we can cut stuff out, so don't worry about having to go up to get to the bathroom or get in the water. Like I can just cut this stuff out. It's no big deal, bro.
Yeah, I'm a one take one make guy. I don't like no cut. Everybody needs to see raw and uncut Caleb, but no edits.
That's what we're doing, then. That's what we're doing, bro.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing for real.
Cool. All right, so we'll leave it in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll timestamp it. There's actually another thing I wanted to talk to you about being a pro, because you had the little bounce around in the beginning. It seems like you're happy in Israel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Does the basketball improve when? Well, actually, I should ask you this first. Do you feel like at this point in your career, you're kind of more in control of your own fate when it comes to like decision making and where I'm going to play and all that stuff?
For sure. Like earlier in my career, it was just like I'm looking for an opportunity. I was playing in the second division. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I had 2 good seasons playing the second division, but I had some agency issues, and I had to return to second division after every year. I had a very inexperienced agent at the time, who I trusted a lot. He was actually one of my close friends, but it just didn't work out. Right. And then I was kind of stuck, So I had 3 good seasons in the second division, which could have easily been translated into like a first division. Maybe gone to Germany instead of things like maybe gone to France, played in the second division there, and just or played in the first division, but like not be stagnant and kind of fall into the narrative of being a second division player. And that's what I was afraid of, and that's what had been happening. Because if I hadn't got this call up, I probably wouldn't have gotten another chance in the first division, and it would have been very, very difficult for me to bounce up. But now that I'm in the first division, now I got the opportunity, and I was able to prove and showcase myself. It's been exactly what I thought I could do. Was able to come and dominate, play my game, and as of right now, like I'm the top scorer in the league. I'm pretty sure still. My team is doing poor. We're still in a good playoff position, and if everything continues the way it continues, I'm gonna have a lot of better offers for the seasons following, and I just whatever I decide to do. So, but right now, all I'm focused on is continuing to play the way I'm playing and helping my team make the playoffs. So, if I can focus on that, then I can basically choose where I go for the next couple of years.
For sure. At the top, we were talking about how the pressure kind of got a lot out of you in the beginning. When you feel comfortable now with contract situations and your ability, and you can kind of go, you have more command over your career. Is that a different sort of kind of fallback that helps you play better?
Just knowing. But again, like you be using the basketball, but like I just want everybody to understand that like it's life also. Like once you get a little bit of confidence, once you get that little pep in your step, like you really walking on clouds for real, and like nothing can really bring you down. So like that's basically what I've been on. You know what I'm saying? Like I started hooping, comfortable, everything's going my way. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm just confident for real. And then obviously like good things, they don't last forever. In the hamstring tour, and now I'm out for 6 weeks, and like we was like 2-3 in the league. Now we like fighting for the last couple playoff spots. So obviously things happen in life, and it's not in the plan. Nobody plans for bad stuff to happen. It just happens. So like you got to just deal with it and understand it. And that's why like I'm not even tripping over the injury. Like the injury's the injury. I can't do nothing. I don't want to add nothing to it. I can't take nothing away from it. But like I can learn from it and understand that like I can't let it psychologically have more weight than it does physically. I can't let it think that, oh my gosh, I'm a different player. So what if I can't do this? Like, no, I don't let that happen. I just think that when I get back on the court, I'm healthy and I'm Caleb and I do what Caleb does. End of story. So in a sense, like playing the way I'm playing and having control over what happens and stuff definitely has an effect, but it's just like the confidence thing. If you have confidence, like, you know what you can or can't do. And like, once you have confidence, the things you can't do start to kind of small. You know what I'm saying? Get smaller and smaller. Right. So it's just that dynamic.
I want to pivot a little bit and talk about sort of just kind of advice for this next gen coming up. So what do you wish you knew back then that you know now? Maybe if current Caleb can talk to 12-year-old Caleb, what is he saying?
I honestly, and this might sound crazy, I probably would have just told myself like work on being like less emotional and like calm. Work on being like your mental for real. Like work on having your mental, because now I have my mental straight. Like I have it not like amazing, like pretty really good. I would say it's really good. Could still get better because everything can improve, and you should always strive to improve in everything. But yeah, just a mental like really don't be emotional. Like really, like there's times to be emotional. Like when you're doing your job is not a time to be emotional. And if you want basketball to be your job, don't be emotional. You're gonna win games, you're gonna lose games, you're gonna score 30, you're gonna score 0. You're literally gonna see it all, especially like when you're 12. Like if you want this to be your dream, like if I'm 12 and I'm 26 now, there's more years of basketball than I've been alive. You know, I have 14 years of basketball compared to the 12 years I lived. So like I would tell myself, listen, like relax. Work your effing butt off just like you've been doing. Like I don't gotta tell myself to work. That was instilled in me from early. Work your butt off like you've been doing, but you're gonna lose. You know, you're gonna fail. You're gonna really like there's gonna be days where you're like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, but like there's gonna be days where you feel like nothing can stop me. So just stay even keeled, do it all. Be cool. If it needs to happen, it's gonna happen. But be cool. That's what I was telling my 12-year-old Caleb.
What do you think the kind of like inflection point on your journey has been where it became more realistic that you could end up where you are now?
I don't think I even ever had because this is a journey for real. Like I'm not gonna lie and told you that like I believed I was gonna be in Israel, the top scorer, you know what I'm saying, making the money that I'm making. I'm not gonna like lie to you and say I ever thought about that. You know, I never really thought about anything. Like I just showed up and played basketball for real. And like that's it. Like and I love the game so much and I respected the game so much, and I was consistent and disciplined and worked hard in the game so much that I had nothing else but to just make it, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like when I went to college, like my mom was telling me like you're not gonna like I want you to quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna be doing this for 5 years. When I became a pro, like my mom was saying the same thing, like you better hurry this thing up and get back home for real. And like nothing really changed for real. It was just like one step to another step to another step and to another step. And I'm not gonna limit myself ever, because that's one thing I never did. Like, so if I can find a way to the NBA some way, then I'm gonna find a way to the NBA. I never ever limited myself, and I'm not gonna start now because of anything. You know, I know how hard I worked and how hard I continue to work. And if the opportunity comes here, then it'll come here. But I'm not gonna say it's not going to. I'm gonna just keep focusing on now, because that's what got me here. Is focusing on now. So that's about it.
And I mentioned at the top of the show that you're number 2 in scoring right now of Canadians playing internationally. Has it set in to you, or do you believe yourself? Because I do. That call, that NBA call, that's still on the table. Do you feel that way?
I'm not putting nothing in the air, but we'll just have to wait on it, bro.
We'll
wait on it, bro. Yeah, we'll wait on it, but we can talk in a couple.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Just wait on it. Yeah.
I still think it's on the table. I'm really excited to see if that happens, because again, you're having really tremendous seasons over there.
Man.
No problem. What about Hamilton? You had a couple games in Hamilton CEBL. I asked Jake Babick about it a couple podcasts ago. How'd you like playing in the CEBL?
CEBL's dope. It's just amazing. Yeah, you're home, Hamilton. Like anybody who wants to come see me, come see me. Like the last 2 years, I've always had short stints. What was the first? Not last summer, but the summer before, I had a short stint because I had to leave with the national team. This year, I had a short stint because I was under contract with my team. And they there was no insurance to cover me at the time, so they're like, we don't want you to play. So just played 3 games. I played pretty well the 3 games, I'm not gonna lie. Like competition's good, but like again, I'm not like Like I love to win. Period. I want
Mm-hmm.
to win every game in basketball. So that's the mental. But at the same time, it's like playing in front of family and friends and like in at home, like for real, like at home is
Right.
just a different feeling. So I love playing for Hamilton. I'm still in touch with the whole organization over there. I'm looking to play again this summer. And
Yeah.
every summer coming back, like Hamilton is that's home. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
For real.
not Burlington, but like it's right beside,
It's right there.
and I'm thankful for that league too. It's an amazing league too. So on the come up, and they're doing things very very professionally.
Mm-hmm. Were you taken back at all about like the actual skill level at that league? Because I know it must have been like really comforting just to be like home and like,
Yeah,
you're playing in Canada for a few weeks or whatnot, but then you get on the court and there's hoopers. It's real.
there's hoopers everywhere. So like
Yeah.
I'm not really like but like I'm a hooper too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I'm gonna get it at like so like I don't really notice who's in front of me for real, but like it's just like it's gonna happen. Like so. I mean,
For
it's
real.
a good, but I'm definitely like, I was impressed because I didn't think that like it would be like as high. I thought it'd be a little
Right.
bit less quality because of it being in
Mm-hmm.
Canada and stuff. But I was impressed at the Hoopers who came out. So for sure.
Again, man, when it's safe to do so, please,
Yeah,
please, please go out and see those games because it's only going to add to the product too. When those
for
when those
sure.
uh when those
For
fans
sure.
are filled out, it's going to be
For sure. It's going to be good, and it gives another opportunity for local guys to play basketball. And this professional life is very, very difficult.
Mhm.
And there's some great, great basketball players in Canada just looking for opportunities, and it's scarce right now. So for those guys to get that opportunity and make money at home, like I'm just hoping that it could take off, and guys, local Canadian guys, can get put out for real.
Awesome. I don't want to take too much more of your time, so we're going to try to do some rapid fire questions. How do you feel about that?
I'm
You
cool,
all
bro. Let
good?
them out. Let
All
them
right.
out.
What's better? Or you can only watch one for the rest of your life. Okay. Netflix
Yeah,
or YouTube?
YouTube. I don't watch Netflix like that.
It's like, holy cow.
YouTube easy.
What gets you more mad? 2K or a bad ref?
2K be cheating. A bad ref, like I don't even get mad at 2K. A bad ref would just ruin me for it. Like, but 2K, everybody knows 2K cheating. So like, I don't even get mad at 2K no more.
I heard about 2K. I heard about 2K, Rich.
Yeah, I'm not like
Yeah.
Hey, 2K might be cheating or I'm trash. I'm okay with either or. Like, but
No,
I know
2K's
every time
cheating.
I play 2K, 2K cheating,
2K
right?
cheating. No, it's
2K
always been
cheating.
cheating.
2K,
It's
bro,
Ronnie.
it's been cheating,
It's
bro.
Ronnie and all
It's
of them,
been
bro.
cheating. Bro, all of them, bro.
Yeah. If there's
2K
one
been
thing I know,
cheating.
it's that we're not bad at 2K. It can't be us. I am not the
No, it
problem.
can't. They just
Nope.
cheating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It has to be
I've
2K.
been playing 2K my whole life. My whole life.
Exactly.
I can't be trash my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Why am I not trash at basketball? It don't
The
make
problem,
sense. Like, it don't make sense.
the problem keeps happening, so it's got to be them. It can't be me.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Nope.
Impossible. And this is to everybody who's ever beat me by 20. Like,
It was
you
2K.
know
You
what
didn't
it
beat him.
is.
You didn't
Bro,
beat him.
you beat 2K. You beat 2K.
Nah.
I'm
Yeah.
still trying to beat 2K. So,
This one's from Kyle again. Donuts or
yeah.
Timbits?
Oh my God. This guy brought out the one. What are we doing? You said rapid question. You gonna have me think about this for an hour? I can't.
Not off the top of your head.
I can't. I really cannot. Because every time I go to Tim Hortons, it will either be a donut one day or Timbits the other day. Like it's never like like it's literally broken down
Right.
into that. So like I can't choose one. I really can't. But that's another thing. The hardest thing about being a professional is not having Tim Hortons. Like I love Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
I love Tim Hortons, like the bagels, the donuts, the Timbits. Like out here, all my Americans, they know a little bit about Tim Hortons, but they be disrespectful out here.
Dunkin' Donuts is not the same as Tim Hortons, by the way. I'm in Buffalo a lot of the time. It's not the same at all.
Dunkin' Donuts is trash.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
Tim
co-sign
Hortons,
that.
oh my God, like nah. But these guys just be good. But it's just ignorant. They don't really know about Tim Hortons. But
Yeah.
hopefully, I'll bring them out and we'll see. But like they really sleep on Tim Hortons for real.
Okay, yeah.
But,
Everyone in this situation is single. Okay, in this world I'm laying out, everyone's single.
Yeah.
Who would you rather date, Rihanna or Beyonce?
Oh, I like Beyonce because, yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't know.
You gave up on Rihanna way too quick there.
Ooh, but the thing is, I'm still back. I said I'd take Beyonce, but I never finished. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So I'm
okay,
really like,
okay.
no,
Where we at?
I haven't even shot my full shot yet. You know?
It's
But
2-1
like,
Beyonce right now.
I want to say like, I want to say it's 2-1 Beyonce.
I'm saying the series is 2-1. You haven't given up on Rihanna yet.
I haven't given up on Rihanna. I think I want to go with like let me explain. I'll go with Rihanna because like she's so bad and like she like nobody really know how to tame Beyonce
Right.
like Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody really done it successfully. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go with Rihanna. I'm gonna go with Rihanna for real. Yeah, like, that means I'm really the one. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the one who tamed Rihanna. Like for real.
It happened.
Not that she's like an animal or anything.
No. You locked it down. You locked it down. You got it.
Yeah.
You won.
Yeah, so like I got to be politically correct. Don't want like anybody taking my word. You know what I'm saying? Like if Rihanna, I know you watching this, Rihanna, somewhere in the world.
Sure.
Like if you watching this, so like you know how to animal, and if you need me to lock you down and be a good, humble man, you know I'm here.
But dude, that's not what I'd be worried about right now, dude. Beyonce's actually a friend of the show. Oh. She's gonna see this, man. I know I only have 51 subscribers, but like she's in there.
Oh, hey, B. Like you got Jay, and I'm not even trying to cross that. You know what I'm saying? Jay, one of my idols for real. So like, you're still beautiful, you're still fine, but like, you see, he all be talking crazy on the show. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
and if Rihanna, if you hear that, you know he's not gonna. He's got his mind somewhere else right now. You know what? It was a trap question. There was no win in that question, bro.
Next question.
You did well. You did well.
We're done with this. Next question.
Harden or Wade?
Wade. What? That's crazy. You just went from the hardest question to the easiest. Wade.
I had to give you a break.
Wade. Who are you taking?
Wade. Wade won, okay. But
yeah, Wade won. Period. Wade won.
All right, fine. Wade or Kobe?
Kobe, man. You even know that too. Come on. You taking Kobe too.
Yeah, of course, for sure, dude. I got for sure. No cap. The account used to be Eskandy 24. Like we're Kobe.
Let me Kyrie or what's Curry?
Oh, Curry.
You taking Curry? Only because Kyrie's been tripping the last couple of years.
I don't even care about the tripping. I just like. I mean, I feel like people sleep on Curry now because like, dude, he literally changed the game. Kyrie's nice.
No. Yeah. I didn't know you was like tapped into that because a lot of people don't understand that for real, that he changed the game. So that's why it's like an easy question, like or like a kind of a little difficult question. But for real, it's Curry, like without a doubt. That guy really changed the game.
He made it okay to pull from beyond the.
Bro, do you see where they're shooting from now?
Bro, I'm in it. Dude, I've been coaching with the younger kids. They pull from everywhere now.
Everywhere, but do you see like even in the NBA where Damian Lillard and Steph Curry are actually shooting from like half court, like a like Curry started all that, like for real.
And it made the game better. It made the game better, bro. Because now 20-point leads are nothing. Ask the Clippers. 20-point leads are nothing, bro. Like
nothing. Crazy game. Crazy. Everybody just shooting. Everybody shooting everything. Everybody shooting everything. Everything. It's crazy.
My second last question. I don't know if it's going to trip you up. I hope. I tried. Shaq or Olajuwon?
People a lot say Shaq, but people don't really know Olajuwon like that. I'm Nigerian. I don't even really know Olajuwon, but Hakeem Olajuwon had the most dominant NBA season of all time. He was like MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, NBA champion, like boom, like literally all in one season, like just completely like came through and this was during Michael Jordan's time too, you know, like just came through and just like boom, everybody give me all that. I'm taking and like Hakeem had like Hakeem was worthy. Shaq was just different though. I'm taking Hakeem because you see the shirt I got on too, so like you know for me it's easy, but I wouldn't even blame you if you took Shaq for real because like nobody could really stop Shaq.
I don't really have a dog in that race. I just wanted to put who I thought was one of the best centers versus a guy I knew to be Nigerian and see how loyal you are.
I'm loyal, but you know me. Timbits, Tim Hortons, Nigeria, you know I'm riding for all of my people. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding for everyone. Everyone who had come in contact with me, I'm riding.
The last question in this not so rapid fire question period is going to be who do you think is the tougher guard in their prime? the tougher person to guard in their prime, Johnny Burain or Warren Ward? It's a modern
Ooh,
question.
oh, I was just talking to both of them in the last 2 days for real, and those are my people. Like,
Hmm.
shout out Warren and Johnny for real if they see this, or they probably will see this. Everybody's about to see this. What's it called? Who was tougher to guard
In prime, in prime.
in
Everyone's in prime.
prime?
You're in your
Uh,
prime. They're in their primes. Who's
it's
gonna be the
so
toughest one to
hard
guard?
because I could be physical with Johnny for real, but like he's still gonna get a bucket. You know, like he's still really just
Right.
gonna give me a bucket. But I was still young. I wasn't really that good back then. It might be a different story now, but like Warren was also different too. Like Warren was just bigger, and I was just like a small little rookie for real. Like so, he was just
Hmm.
doing whatever. Like he was just everything, bro, everything, everything. Oh my god, I have nightmares still. But I would say like, but yeah, Johnny was just. I actually don't know what to tell you. I really don't, because Johnny was. I would take Johnny just because like he was just so good. Warren was
Hmm.
so good too, but Warren was more of a bully. I feel like if I played, if wait, am I in my prime?
Everyone's in their prime.
Everybody's in their prime. I'll probably take Johnny because I was playing better when I was playing against Johnny, and Johnny was still giving me that. Johnny was still giving me that work. Oh my gosh, it was bad. It was real bad.
But
But yeah, I'm
definitely
taking
respects
Johnny.
to both.
Hey,
Definitely
Warren,
respects both. Yeah.
without like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the goats. I'm here because of
Let's
those two
go.
for real. Like taught me everything I know. So
Let's go, man. Is there anything else you wanted to touch up quick before we wrap up here? Actually, there's one more question. It's not a rapid fire question. I know you've been
yeah,
very generous with your time. Sorry to keep you, but I kind of want to just explore a little bit some stuff you were talking about before we got on here about kind of like
yeah,
your aspirations outside of basketball when it's done, what you
yeah.
want to set up. Can you talk about that a little bit?
For one, like I really want to just like kind of get back into the community a little bit, the GTA area, and offer my experiences and my advice to the local kids. I was thinking like I remember when I was in high school, and one of the Division 1 guys had come to my Blessed Sacrament
Mhm.
workout, and then he had come to one of my Assumption games in the Hamilton tournament, and I was just so excited to like meet this guy and just like because like I'm like you who I want to be for real.
Mhm.
And I don't even remember his name for real. Like I don't even know who he is, if he was hooping like that. Like I don't know
Right.
nothing about him. If he was a professional, all I knew is he was Division 1. You know.
Mhm.
So I just wanted him to talk to me and just tell me and kind of school me on his experiences. So I was thinking about that the other day, and like I realized that I'm in a position to be that same way to a bunch of these young kids. So hopefully by the summer I'll have something set up. I have a lot of things in the back of my hand, in the back of my in the back of my head that are already
Mhm.
starting to come into fruition. You know. So I have some certain things set up, and just remember my name
Yeah.
and you have me on Instagram if I can help you with anything at all. Caleb
Awesome, man.
Agada 33. Just let me know, and I'll probably be in touch with a lot of these kids. So that is one of my main aspirations, and just yeah,
Mhm.
that's it. Helping people, helping mentoring kids, and growing. That's it.
And for everyone who's been following along, Caleb got Assumption High School, Ottawa, pros, and I mean you can just see, the happiness it brings and where he was able to get without doing anything too crazy. It wasn't D1 or bust for him. It wasn't, prep school or bust for him. This is a really good story. I think if you guys have the opportunity to connect with Caleb, definitely do it when he's got the time and when y'all got the time. So dude, I wanted to say thank you again so much. This was a lot of fun and I think a lot of people are
Mm-hmm.
going to get some good stuff out of it, dude.
For sure, and I want to thank you too, bro. What you're doing is really big for the community. What you're doing for the kids is really amazing. If these kids don't really want to
Blessing.
come and talk to me directly, then like they have me through this platform. So I want to thank you too. You're helping a lot of kids, and just
Yeah.
keep up the good work, bro.
Dude, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. Caleb Agada, everybody. That was a lot of fun.
Peace, peace.
Peace.